Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Friday Underground stream. Tonight we have some nice panelists here, good people, friends of the family here, familia. But yeah, we're gonna go around the horn. First in here tonight was Doc. It was a Dega. How you doing, man?
Howdy, howdy. Not too bad. As always, pleasure to be here. Good company, good times. This will be fun.
It's always awesome to have you. And yeah, we got a couple of topics we could hit. We got a target to shoot at. we got Trina on the panel. Again, it's awesome that you're back. How you been, Trina?
I'm doing well. Happy to be here again. And looking forward to a good stream, and nice to see everybody again, and nice to see everybody in the chat as well.
Hell yeah. It was awesome. And we had a fun time over in your channel talking about some zombie movies.
Yes.
Always a blast. I know we're going to hit some more on the upcoming Wednesday. So that's going to be a good time as well. That's for sure. We also have Chris Fisk in the house.
Hey.
How we doing, bro? This dude's a legend. How's the legend doing? Chris the legend. That's it.
Well, I've been fisting quite weakly there. I get it right in there. A lot of people have been begging me to stop, but I said, no, it's Friday. We're heading into a 3-day weekend, mate. You got to hamstring that bumhole so that I can keep you going all 3 days. Oh, wait.
Crikey. I'm doing that to Shield right now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's great to be here. Looking forward to this 3-day weekend. Woo.
Yeah, I bet everyone didn't know he's actually Australian. They just found out now his real voice. It's excellent.
Well, it's actually it is similar to my real voice. Actually,
it's great, man. We're gonna go down under. Yeah, we have a lot of fun. Right now. I'm going down under, and She-Hulk. Yeah. She wasn't wearing those tuck underwear, thank God. We also have the awesome Tina Bojan is in the house. How you doing, Tina?
I'm doing great. And speaking of familia, this bad take over here is trying to convince her husband to take her to see Sebastian Maniscalco's new movie. But he's not a big fan of De Niro, so I don't know if that's going to work. But,
I thought you were going to say you went and seen Fast X, because I did.
Yeah.
No, she wants to see Little Mermaid.
Oh gosh, yeah, no Little Mermaid until it's on Disney Plus with my niece, and then I will watch it. But everybody else has told me how great it is. Yeah, and I haven't ever seen a single Fast and Furious movie, so that is one of my claims.
Oh, good for you. If you're gonna watch one that's close to it, that Hobbs and Shaw is actually pretty good because it's not a Fast and Furious movie. It's a Jason Statham movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one was pretty fun. But yeah, no, I'm with your husband. I do not like De Niro anymore, especially with all the stuff that came out about that creep. And other stuff that I heard. Yeah, I can't even watch one of his old movies. Like if it's on, I'll just change the channel, or just watch like the Joe Pesci part and then change the channel.
See, we're huge. Yeah, we're huge Sebastian Maniscalco fans. I mean, he came from Chicago. He lived where I went to college, and we used to love his stand-ups. I mean, the last one he kind of phoned in a little bit, but I figure everybody phoned things in during that shutdown.
Yeah, he was hit and miss on that one. I don't watch all of his stuff. I've seen some of his bits, and yeah, he does some pretty funny things. He goes like over the top cartoon Italian though.
Exactly. But the sad thing is, though, I went to school with all those over-the-top Italians because I had some of the Polish to kind of, simmer me down a little bit. So
yeah.
It was very funny.
Sergio Tacchini wearing gold chain. You know why they all wore those gold chains, right? It's so they know where to stop shaving.
Wow.
Italians are hairy. But speaking of not Wolfmen, but Draculas, we have Draven in the house. How you doing, Draven?
Hey, I'm doing good. Yeah, I did see Fast X, and I thought it was pretty good. Momoa, in my opinion, in that is like the best villain they've had.
Okay,
that's what I've heard.
He does a really good job, and this was only part 1 of 3 for the last
3 parts.
Yeah, because the next part looks like do you care if I like spoil stuff, or are you gonna actually watch it?
I don't care at all.
So The Rock shows up at the end because basically, this is the son of the guy from when they were in Rio in that Fast movie. Got killed, and the son is back for revenge, basically, and he's basically taken out everybody that Dom loves because
let me
he
guess.
wants him to show, he wants to give him suffer or whatever, basically.
Okay, let me just. I'm gonna put one out there because like I'm aware of a certain character's death as well in the stupid series.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder Woman's back, isn't she?
Yes.
I knew it.
Yeah. At the very end,
on mute.
At the very end, the cliffhanger is there's the one that had the sub in it. Well, the sub is back, and the sub pops up because Michelle Rodriguez and what's her name from Blonde or whatever, Atomic Blonde. I forget her name.
Oh,
the actress
Charlize Theron.
Charlize Theron are like at a black site prison, and they come out, and it's in the Arctic, and then the freaking sub pops up, and then she pop. I know it's so ridiculous, but it's fucking great. She pops up out of the hatch of the submarine, and then that's basically the end of the movie. And then there's a mid credits, and it's a SWAT team going in to like try to bring somebody in for the agency, and it's basically this video package, and it's Momoa's character basically saying, "I'm going to make you suffer just as much as because you're the one that killed him." He's
going to sit Dom down and make him watch Aquaman 2.
And he pulls off his SWAT helmet and mask and shit, and it's The Rock. So The Rock is going to be in the next one. And I'm assuming they're going to focus on The Rock a lot in the second one.
It's like AI wrote this thing.
Oh, it's fun. I realize that they're not real. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say it shows you that it was all bullshit. The little the spat that they had and all that crap. It was all manufactured.
Unless this one is completely focused on just him and doesn't have Dom in it. In the second one.
If the hatred was really there, he wouldn't go anywhere near the festival.
Because also Shaw kind of goes his own way because they also have a hit on his mom. And so they might do.
They're putting a hit on his.
Oh. Yeah, it is.
All right.
My mom will shoot.
All right, David.
It's fucking awesome.
I don't mean to stop you. Let me say hello to the chat first.
It's so good.
Tina Bojan was the first one in tonight. She was saying hi to everyone, followed by Keely Chow. How you doing, man? Trina was saying hello to everyone as well. Runner's in the house. Hey, man. How you doing, Runner? Lion Rat. Hey. What's up, bro? We're good people. Look at we got Papa Cotton in the house.
Hola, ¿qué pasó?
I'm sure Fast and Furious is definitely one of his favorites as well, right? But yeah, hold on. I'm gonna. Oh, we got Frankie. Frankie's in the house as well. What's up, Frankie?
Hey.
Yeah. Wait. These movies, man. Yeah, Friday the 13th crossover.
Yeah, it's like a soap opera was written by an AI. Like it's
so
like
good though.
Throw cars.
Did they really go to space?
They did in the last one. The last one, you know, the guys from Tokyo Drift, literally, because they needed to get to this satellite or some shit, and they had it didn't go away. So the guys from Tokyo Drift, they strapped a rocket onto this ship. They were under a
bunch of riced out racers on the street are going to space.
It was the white guy and and Little Bow Wow, and Ludacris and Tyrese were in the so they needed to get there. So they were working on breaking the speed barrier or whatever. The sound barrier, and they fucking strapped rockets to it, and then they basically launched the thing, and they got out into space. Yeah.
Oh my god!
It was fucking awesome.
You can never.
It's so ridiculous.
It's like an 8-year-old who wrote this. He's like at the boardroom. My daddy said I could say this movie was whatever I want.
Well, they added like the espionage like spy shit to it too. So like,
yeah, why not? I mean, why not? We threw everything else in there.
Looks like you could use that. Looks like you could use a hand, Skywalker. Dom, how the hell are you in space? You need logic when you got family.
Yep. Dude, this one's even crazier. Like, they have like a safe house they needed to go to, and Cena is Dom's brother. So there's Little B, which is the kid that's like named after Brian, Paul Walker's character. But they have this vehicle that has these fucking not rockets, but like bazookas on it, and they can shoot forward and backwards. And they're driving and they're just shooting these things. It's fucking great. And then
you didn't describe a movie. You described a series of action sequences.
Yes, they're running away from because Momoa's character hired a bunch of.
Get the fuck out of my house.
So Cena
oh my god,
the ground, and they shoot and blow up and fucking land in the thing. It's so good. It's awesome.
South Park nailed it, man.
It's so. I realized that the movies have veered from reality, and I'm all for it.
Really?
What was the point that you discovered that?
Probably, I would say probably
space.
after like 4 or 5 is when they actually like veered from like feasible things happening.
It's just it's like an escalation of bullshit. Like they're like, okay, we got this movie with a bunch of mooks and a bunch of muscle cars. Where can we go from there? Well, we can go to Japan and write some out.
I got it. Let's take cars and parkour and put it together.
Exactly. Parkour.
War riders bouncing building to building.
I know what I'm getting. It's a movie that like I know what I'm getting into, and I don't have to worry about a bunch of messaging and woke bullshit. Like it's just an action vehicle, and I'm all right with that.
Yeah,
just turn my brain off and just kind of chill.
What about it's great to have you here as well. We just scrapped the entire Friday stream just to listen to Draven talk about these things. The whole time. Wow. Frankie's right. Knight Rider should do a cameo.
Oh,
that would be cool.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, let's throw all the cars in there. There's like Ecto 1, the DeLorean, the 18s van. Fuck it, why not?
Dukes of Hazzard car.
Yeah, Herbie too.
They can't put the Dukes of Hazzard car. They'd cancel that one.
Yeah,
I know, dude. That you see, they actually removed those from Amazon. You cannot get the General Lee from Amazon or Walmart anymore.
Wow.
No way.
Wow.
Too offensive. They now call it the Hazard one or Hazard. I think it's Hazard 01.
Wow, these people are just ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah, it's revisionism.
Yeah. Speaking of ridiculous, well, everyone, you see what happened at Target, right?
Yeah, there's satanic stuff that was being sold up front, and they pretended they were pulling the stuff off, and they're like, nope, it's still here.
Well, there's that. They had on top of it, they showed who they're targeting with the tuck underwear.
Yeah, for toddlers.
Yeah, this is some demented stuff. They lost $9 billion in sales.
They should.
It was actually more than that. I was talking to my friend today who actually works at Target, and he said that. He goes, "What the hell, man? You can't go after the kids. What were they expecting? Holy shit!" And he works with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, they're just getting told from their overlords to put that shit out there. People that work at Target they have no idea. They're just like, okay, this is what the boss is telling us to do.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, it's $9 billion in market share, not sales. Just wanted to, be the professor here for just a second. And part of the
worse.
Does that make it worse?
Yeah, it does make it worse because the stock is worth less, and you have your investors don't have faith in you anymore. And part of the devaluation came from the fact that they expect to have lost $1.3 billion due to theft alone.
Oh yeah, well that's Newsom's California, and then is it in Chicago? There's no more Targets and Walmarts,
right?
Yeah, no more Targets and Walmarts inside Chicago proper. So everybody else who's outside of Chicago was like, great, they're all going to come to our store. Yay!
Great.
So the losses aren't from people like boycotting. Then is that what you're saying?
Well, it is. It's just worse.
Well, it is. Well, the stock is devalued because of the boycotts. but it's not that they didn't sell as much as they thought. It's just that,
it's a 1-2 combo.
Yes, exactly.
The theft and what they did to themselves.
Okay.
Plus, there was some big funds that decided to divest themselves, not just individual stocks. I think there was big conglomerates, I can't remember, that had mutual funds and ties into them, and they said, no, we're out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because they said, it's the lowest they've ever been in 3 years. They said it continues to plummet with billions in value lost as the boycott persists.
This feels planned, dude.
Oh yeah, dude, absolutely.
No, because Target was like
to collapse them?
Walmart. Yeah, to get rid of all retailers. Like, we're eventually going to see no physical retailers, and it will force us to use a digital only currency.
Yep.
Exactly.
That's part of it. That's why they're doing it so quickly. I mean, there's been a big rumor in July they're pushing something that's going to be to get the what is it, Fed now, what they're calling it, the go all digital. That's their big thing, and that's what it looks like. I honestly don't know 100% any of this stuff. I know Ivory Hecker, she had on like business analysts and bankers and stuff, and they talked about this and they broke it down. So if you want to find more info on that, Ivory Hecker, she's got that up. She's one of the people who left Fox a long time ago, but they tried to cover up one of the stories with the nursing homes that she was doing.
Yeah.
God damn.
And it's so scary, especially in places like Chicago, because honestly, it does become a food desert when you close Walmart and Target, because they sell a lot of their food goods at a lower price to bring people in.
Yep.
So then when that closes, and then when you turn to a cashless society, then all the mom and pop fruit stands that we all, if you were in an urban environment growing up, I mean, you saw those everywhere. And those stores are closing because they can't compete with the Walmart prices, and they can't accept the digital.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy.
Very sad.
It's sad and it's crazy. I mean, we know what they're trying to do, and it's they're going there. Yeah, man. Marinus, how you doing, bro? If you're around, you want to pop in? We haven't had you on in a minute. I know you've work kept you busy and everything. So let me drop you a link. But this is some crazy stuff. I don't know, man. This summer it looks like we're gonna have a bunch of surprises.
Yeah. When we know they're coming, they're not really surprises.
Well,
just really bad news coming.
But you know what it is too? It's like there are a lot of people who just really aren't paying attention, or we're kind of aware of it, and then when the rug gets just pulled out from under you completely, it's
what
there.
Happened?
But you didn't look down fully, right? So that's
Well, it's like what
happened.
Well, it's like what Tony was saying in our chat, where he's like, how are the normies? Excuse me. How are the normies not seeing this? You know what I mean? It's so out in the open now.
It's because media is not showing it.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, most people do their 9 to 5. They come home, they're working hard, taking care of their families, and if the only time they can catch the news is in paper form as they walk out the door, or during dinner as they're watching the local news, nobody's reporting anything that's really happening.
And then when they are told about it, they're like, "That wasn't on. This isn't true." Like,
that's just
so
fake
far.
news.
They're so far gone that they're like, if it's not being told
conspiracy,
be told by the mainstream, it's not real.
Yep.
Yeah, but everyone knows at this point, mainstream is completely corrupt. We've seen it across the board with the shit that they've been doing. On top of that, too, I want to go back for a second. What Tina was saying that they are looking to wipe out these stores for sure. I mean, just look at some of the food options alone. I know multiple times they've cleaned out by the Target by me. It was one of the super Targets, and they clean out all the fruits and vegetables at certain times. And it's like, what the hell? It's like, you could go back in there a week later and maybe they'll restock things again. But they just wiped it all out. If you go down the cereal aisle, there's usually, and some cereals are bad, but there's usually slightly healthier options. And it's usually, you can only find those other types of brands in Target because they had to deal with them. Well, now you can't find those anymore. They put them on clearance and took them all out of the store. So all you see now are just the sugary, poisonous stuff.
And morning candy.
Yeah, basically.
Hell.
Hey,
Ernest, how you doing, brother?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just have some Well, I'm. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to bring this whole stream down, but I'm walking in the hospital for a while. There's things wrong with me, and they have to check it out. What it is?
Oh man.
Yeah, I got some MRI scans coming up, and for they check my blood, and there's something wrong with my blood, and they want to know if it's not cancer and other shit. So
oh Jesus, dude!
Wow.
Yeah, maybe.
Been there.
So,
Hang on.
Prostate exam and all that shit, you know.
Oh God, dude.
Dude,
Yeah.
sending prayers and good thoughts your way, man.
Yeah, I hope
Absolutely.
it's nothing, very bad, but we'll see. So that's the reason that I'm a little bit off lately because, all that stuff. So.
Wow, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Well, I'm still okay so far as I know. So let's say I don't want to bring the stream down, but that's one of the reasons that I'm a little bit, offline.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, it's totally understandable. Yeah, man. Everyone here, we're sending good thoughts your way.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. It means a lot.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. It's all that stuff is rough for sure. I mean,
yeah,
we all know with friends and family, there's across the board people. We've all been going through similar shit, especially the last couple of years. So, yeah, man.
You hear it left and right? It's so weird. I mean, the next day you are fine, and then the next day, hey, you need to come to the hospital because there's something wrong, and we need to check it out. So that throws the lights all overboard.
Yeah, the full year. My uncle's been in and out of hospitals. He was gonna go on a big trip, and he was brought into the hospital again on at the end of last week. He did go on his trip, but 2 of his doctors said okay, and the other one goes, I would advise against it. But he's there now, so
okay. Well, I
hope everything's going to be all right. But oh my God, and then in Italy, the town where my family is from, almost everyone there, they're going through very, very hard times, medical wise, and people just again, not to go over there, but shit's been happening. People, just stay away from a lot of those things that they're pushing on people. I know it's Europe. You guys were forced to. I know it was mandatory in certain countries. Otherwise, you lose your jobs, and that was part of that. But shit, I don't can't get into any of that.
You were saying about the cereals and stuff before that, like they're getting rid of those, but then when you can find those things, they're so outrageously priced, and there's like half a bag.
Yeah,
it's like this stuff is a healthier alternative, but it's so outrageously priced. No right person can afford to continually buy it.
Did you see those videos? So like, I know we see like a lot of videos on Twitter of like they're posting like, look at how rowdy the black people are, blah 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 blah. And they had one of these guys in like Walmart, and they were filling like a detergent bottle. They like literally opened a detergent bottle, opened another detergent bottle, and poured the contents of the first one into the second one, and it didn't even fill up the detergent bottle.
Wow.
They're like, you're charging us for like 30% of what this thing should contain.
What is it, shrinkflation?
Yeah, I don't blame. Honestly, at that point, I don't blame them.
Yeah, it's insane,
it's ridiculous.
Man. Absolutely insane. Holy crap!
I have a sibling that works for a store that slightly resembles the one on the screen, and she says that a lot of people are doing things like opening detergent bottles because or any type of cleaning supplies that aren't full, doing exactly what you just said, but taking those detergent bottles and filling them up with other merchandise.
Oh, that's not good. That's not
good. Yeah.
Holy crap! And we know like on the toy front too, with the new packaging that has
the blind items.
Yeah, if people do get them, they usually take the item out, replace it with garbage or something else, and return it. And nobody checks because no one's opening up the thing again. They just tape it shut. As long as there's some kind of something that's weighted in there, or they're just straight up stealing. So
Yeah, I've heard horror stories of people who buy their their kids some video game system for Christmas, and the kid opens it up on Christmas and it's like a bunch of bricks or just packaging, and then they go back to a store like Walmart and try to say this is what happened, and Walmart tells you too bad so sad. And Walmart was the one who accepted the return and put it back on the shelf. Where my sister told me at the store that looks similar to the one on the screen, that they just any of that stuff goes straight back to manufacturer. They don't bother to put it on the floor like stores like Walmart do.
Wow. Yeah, it's
crazy.
Yeah. A friend of mine, he works at Target, and he said when lockdowns were they had just opened up the stores again. They were just walking in there. They put on a red shirt and jeans, and they pretend like they were employees, and they go right into the back, and they would just steal whatever they want and walk the hell out. And they said they were on camera and everything, but legally they were not. They're not allowed to stop them. They just walk right
that needs to stop. If the law doesn't protect the people, then the law is irrelevant.
Yeah,
exactly.
But some of them are waiting until the amount of stuff that they shoplift exceeds over a certain amount, and then they're busting them too. Because under a certain amount they can't do anything, and then after a certain amount, then they.
Here's the kicker, but they're still not. The employees are still not allowed to do it. It has to be the cops, and that's the thing. By the time they call them, it's far too late.
Yeah,
exactly. And in most cases, it depends on the county that you live in. It doesn't matter to call the cops because they're going to either not be charged or be released on bail. I mean, at least I'm like across the street from Cook County, and Cook County is the nasty county that Chicago's in. And it's really kind of amusing when our officers actually get a hold of somebody who commits a crime, because they'll mouth off to the cops, well, no big deal, I'll make bail tomorrow. And they're like, no, dude, you're in DuPage County. You crossed over too many streets to commit this crime.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, they got to do something because it's getting to very ridiculous and dangerous levels.
It's assuring vigilantism because, like I was saying, when the laws don't protect you, you're going to have to circumvent the laws. And I'm not advocating for it. I'm not saying I would do it. I'm just saying that there's going to be a lot of people disappearing and a lot of broken iPhones.
Yeah.
Yeah. What we saw, what do you call it? You showed me in one of those groups there that the old folks home, the guy who was beating up an old veteran, they arrested this guy, and while he got acquitted, he's out.
Yeah, they dropped the charges.
They dropped the charges.
This guy beat the shit out of like a 90 or an 80-something-year-old veteran that served in World War II. He saw it all, saved our country, fought and all that stuff, just to have his final days beaten to death by some freaking illiterate freaking orderly. You know, it's insane. In my opinion, it's non-negotiable. If you mess with the elderly, you mess with kids, you mess with like pets, you're out. Like we're not even going to talk. Like you're done. Yeah. You checked out.
Yep, absolutely. We
super
got a
sticker.
Super sticker.
Oh, Tatsama.
Tatsama, nice. What is it? Some kind of kung fu looking.
Oh yeah,
Shiba Inu.
It's a cheap, right?
Hi, so there's it's Chibandis.
I don't know what's CHF. What currency is that?
Is it Canadian or French?
No, it's not Canadian.
Canadian, right?
CA.
Well, let me Google that real quick.
Well, for the super sticker, you're going to get a super bumper. Let's see what we can find here.
It's a Swiss franc.
Is it?
Yeah, Swiss franc. You absolutely right.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Awesome,
Thank
man.
you so
Real
much.
Money.
Here, you get you're gonna. Well, we talked about Fast and Furious before, so here's John China.
金钱看齐，墙上写着秦香莲的32岁了，装个当朝驸马郎的气质王啊，满皇上的会2岁了，装个当朝。
你好，中国，找齐呢。我必须说，现在我有第一个错误，我必须说，现在就是很重要。我爱更尊重中国，更中国。 我坦坦抱歉，对我的错误，对不起，我很抱歉，不好意思，再见。
So thank you so much.
My
for
day's
that.
complete.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed your super sticker. Nice, awesome. But yeah, no, it's a lot of crazy stuff going on, and yeah, we're sending good thoughts and prayers to Marinus and anyone else who's going through a difficult time right now. Absolutely, man. I know we kind of veer all over the place, but yeah, on a slightly lighter note, they actually they greenlit it. We're getting the John Wick 5.
Woo!
What?
Nice.
Really?
They're doing it. It's official.
I saw 4 like last week in the theaters, and that was that ending that suggests that would be no John Wick, right? I mean, I don't know if you guys saw it already.
Yeah, I don't know how spoiler we're gonna get, but
yeah,
they left it in a position where it could go either way. Basically, it's.
I felt like they left it kind of ambiguous whether or not
John
Wick was going to be around or not.
Dude, here's my theory, because it did so well. I think it was better than it made more money than I think any of the other movies.
Wow,
it was like 430 million worldwide, something like that.
So we got to get ETEP to like at least have a watch party.
Yeah, we got to drag them.
These are good movies.
So what was your opinion about the 4th one?
I really enjoyed it. I thought 1 was my favorite one, and then I think 4 was the second favorite.
Really? Okay, I got a different experience. Sorry for interrupting, by the way.
Okay. Well, that's okay. No, I like 2. 1 and 2 I like a lot. 3 I thought was the weakest one, but 4 I think was a good kind of, a nice bow, tied up in a nice bow. But at the same time, they left it in a position where if they want to, they definitely still could extend it. I don't know. But anyway, you were going to say Marinus? Yeah.
For me, it was a little bit too long, and a lot of fight scenes were more the samey, if you know what I mean. Well, I got the impression that especially one is the best, of course, but in 2 and 3, the fight scenes was more different, through the whole movie. Well, this was more. I mean, I don't want to spoil, but it was a stair scene, and somebody needs to go there in 1 minute, and it took 20 minutes to get up there and then go down and then go up, and then I thought, okay, this is getting ridiculous, right? But yeah, it's John Wick. You cannot go wrong with John Wick. Even the worst John Wick is better than what a lot of pointing it out, right?
Thank you. Yeah, that's the perfect thing to say about this franchise. Because even the worst movie is still great. That's a beautiful thing right there. That's hell yeah. Anyone else have thoughts on John Wick? Did anyone else see the 4th one?
4th one was great. I liked it.
I like the cameos. Was it good too?
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. I have a different take on the ending, but I don't want to get into spoilers, so I'll just keep that to myself. But yeah, I thought it was great, and I'm with you, Vinny. I liked 1 and 2, did not like 3, and then liked 4.
Yeah.
I liked 3 just because I like the dog stuff, like and
the was cool.
And the behind the scenes, like they literally like paired her with a dog, like and got her to be able to train the dog like legit, like and not some other person's doing all this stuff and they look like her, but
That's so much.
Nice, thank you. We got another 5. Yeah.
Blitz Chung, baby.
You're not wrong. We'll get you another super bumper, super sticker bumper.
John Cena.
Well, that was actually a super chat. I would. I'm kind of going through them. We'll give you the James Gunn. We haven't played James Gunn in a while. This is how James Gunn got his job over at DC.
We got to definitely write a song about how we do not diddle kids.
Do not diddle kids. It's no good diddling kids.
There is no quicker way for people to think that you are diddling kids than by writing a song about it.
You gotta write songs that say, ooh, I wouldn't do it with anybody younger than my daughter. No little kids, gotta be big, older than my wife, younger than my daughter, something like that.
So, there you have that. Thank you again for the super chat.
Yeah. Arigatou gozaimasu.
I hope you enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and I agree with you.
Yep.
Yeah.
They hide and suppress so much stuff. They really do. You know?
Yeah. Coming back a little bit to John Wick, I like the fact that Keanu Reeves finally find another movie that he is actually, that's written for him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is the Matrix, man.
Yes. Which
Will Smith's. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say that Will Smith was actually approached first.
He says the biggest mistake of his life was turning down that role for Wild Wild West, and I 100% agree because the Matrix put Keanu out of the whoa, I'm Ted Theodore Logan. Like pulled him out of that, made him a freaking household. Like, and besides, I feel represented.
I haven't seen fourth, by the way, of the Matrix. I don't want to turn
anything.
As far as I'm concerned, there's only one Matrix movie, and then there's this really cool thing called the Animatrix, and everything else I have no interest in.
I agree.
Yeah, I usually like bad movies, but you're right. Reloaded and what was it? Revolution. They should have been one movie cut down, and
yeah. I'll say one thing: there were cool elements in the second movie, like those kind of those programs, like those twins. Like, they could have done more with that, and the whole thing too with Monica Bellucci and all that.
Yes,
you had cool elements that you should have developed better, and they just kind of let it shit the bed.
Yep.
Yeah, the thing with the Matrix movies is it's funny how they literally get progressively worse.
Well, there's a theory behind that too.
Really?
Yeah. So the theory is that the Wachowski brothers, when they were writing that, they actually ripped off somebody, and the sequel movies were their original source material. Like, were no longer part of that source material, so it was like their own stuff, and it showed kind of like their inability to write after. You know what I mean? It's kind of like with Star Wars. After Lucas couldn't rip off Akira Kurosawa, Star Wars kind of started going off in its own weird shit, and it's like, dude, you were better just ripping off old Japanese men and making samurai films in space.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Isn't it weird that when a franchise comes out and it's really popular, then there's a really big gap, between the next movie. I mean, not the next movie. Then they decided maybe 10 years or 15 or 20 years later, hey, let's do a sequel. With the Matrix, with Indiana Jones, which was a big flop, I heard. Right?
Yeah.
And this horrible Fast and the Furious movies, in my opinion, for a lot of people, but I really hate them.
Don't get Raven started.
I liked the new one. I thought it was good, but I know what I'm like.
You know what you're getting into.
I know what I'm getting into.
So you're not going there to see Shakespeare.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically, it's one of those mindless popcorn movies in the summer.
Yeah.
It's hot outside. There's not much to do. Let me go take a look at this film, and I always see the shit. Like, I get it. But those movies, I don't get. Nelson, the psychopath, for $2. He's gonna catch the replay.
Great, excellent trap, Nelson.
Excellent. Here, we'll play the Joker one day.
Get what you fucking deserve. I started blasting. Bang, bang.
Oh man, yeah.
Just sorry. You're saying.
Dude. Yeah, thank you so much, Nelson. We'll catch you next time. By the way, I'm not doing a stream on Sunday because we're gonna be hanging out with Draven. There's a big wrestling event.
That's what I'm working on now. I'm setting shit up for the next couple of days.
Nice.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah,
dude, this weekend.
Letting folks know that. But yeah, we'll be back next week, and we'll have some more cool live streams and stuff. But just giving you guys a heads up now. Anyway.
I wanted to add to the thing about the ripping off other writers or whatever, and then how you're saying like there's a big gap between like the original and then like the new stuff, and it's usually garbage. There's a really classic. There's a good example of it, and I don't know if you're familiar with the sci-fi writer, but his name's Harlan Ellison, and apparently he wrote a short story, and James Cameron ripped him off like just shamelessly, and they made the Terminator out of it and Terminator 2. And that's why every other Terminator movie has been garbage, is because those were the 1 and 2 were basically Harlan Ellison's story. There's a few changes here and there, but like initially I was like, okay, so I don't like Harlan Ellison as a person. I think he's kind of a bitch, but I love his work. The man is a genius, and
he was an amazing writer.
Yeah, I read his stuff and I was like, this man is 100% correct. Like they shamelessly stole his shit. And in some of the newer versions of the credits of Terminator 1 and 2, you actually see in the credits work something like inspired by the works of Harlan Ellison.
Yeah, they did it after the fact. Wow. Probably because the family was still suing and whatnot. But he was ripped off a bunch of times. Frankie saw a documentary or something too. There was one of those TV shows. If you're still there, Frankie, let them know.
Hey, Frankie.
Yeah, man. I forgot the name of the show, but there's this one writer, one of the sci-fi ones, that ripped off of him and other people multiple times. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But actually, Liam, he knew Harlan Ellison, and he actually has some of his last. He wrote him. He has handwritten notes by him.
Oh yeah, didn't he ask for advice and stuff? And he got handwritten notes.
He's got a couple of things. Which is pretty damn cool though, because again, he was a bit of a dick, his personality wise and everything, but he knew what he was talking about. He knew how to tell a great story, and he cared about the craft. He cared about entertainment as a whole. And you got to respect the man for that, for sure.
Yeah, that's kind of the folly of genius, though, is that generally the smarter you get, the more of a genius you are, the less social skills you have.
Yeah,
it's like autism.
Yeah, right. It's something like I think it's because there's so much focus that goes into one particular thing. Because I'm known to when I get hunkered down on a project, if I'm bothered while I'm working, especially when I was younger, man, I would just I would snap.
I get the crap out of a couple.
That's just how it was. Well, because here's the thing.
That explains the police record.
Wait, what police record?
They said they'd wipe it when I turned 18.
No, they wiped it all right. I wiped it across. She-Hulk. Never mind. No.
Where did that come from?
So random. But I was gonna say, Frank. It took Frankie forever. It was only during the lockdown. He's like, I never saw the Matrix movie because he did love the John Wick stuff, and I'm like, have you not seen the Matrix yet? So I said, I have it on Blu-ray. You want to see it? He's all right. We pop it in. He liked it. He's like, yeah, this was great. He's like, you have the other ones? I'm like, they're not worth watching.
No, not at all.
No, one's enough. That's all.
Except for the Animatrix, dude. The second Renaissance.
Yeah, the Animatrix is good.
I have that somewhere. I don't know where I put it. It's
sort of like a prequel in some aspects. But
yeah. It's so good.
There's a lot of good stuff in there. Not all of them were great, but there's a good number that were pretty damn cool. But it was the stories, how they connect, and there was good stuff there. But,
the kid who pulls himself out of the Matrix, that was awesome.
Yeah, wasn't the one who he thought he was the one?
Yeah, well, I guess he was because Neo is self-substantiation. I've never seen that before. What is this all about? Because he basically not to spoil the whole Matrix, but it's a 30-year-old movie or what. But you had to get the red pill. There was a program essentially you were being fed to discharge you from the Matrix. And this one kid in the Animatrix knew that life was a lie and was able to basically delete himself from the Matrix and awaken in the real world. And they're like, holy crap. Nobody else has been able to. That was really cool. And then when they added that into the second movie, and it was such a letdown. It's like, you made this a joke character. This kid was badass. Like,
Yeah, terrible. Yeah, don't you hate when they do that type
Yeah,
of
because
stuff?
they like prophesized other people that potentially were the one and weren't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were trying to narrow it down. But hey, you know what? One of the nicest guys in Hollywood, like a legit good person. Like all the success that he's getting now, I think he deserves. The guy went through so much, the tragedies that he had to. What speaking of which, when they were filming, I think the second movie, his fiance got into a car accident. She was pregnant. Both the lives were lost. He went through hell. And then on top of all that, when they were doing the third movie, he gave his entire paycheck to the animators, the people who did all the CGI and everything. He gave all of his money to them. He says, it's without these guys, we couldn't even had these movies to begin with. They deserve to be paid better, and he gave his whole freaking paycheck to them.
Wow, good for him.
Yeah, he's such a good guy. Yeah.
Right? And again, like we'll go on that tangent for a bit. He saved what's her face as well, Drew Barrymore, when she was a kid. I'm pretty sure everyone knows the stories where she was drinking and doing drugs and stuff, and they had her in nightclubs from when she was a little kid, 12 years old or something. He saw her in one of these nightclubs. He passed by. He wanted to see a friend in there, and he saw her there, and he's like, "What the hell?" He goes, "This girl was out of it completely." He grabbed her, put her on his motorcycle, and drove her home. Made sure she was going to be safe.
Jeez,
what a guy.
You don't see that normally, So good for him doing the right thing. But there's tons of stories like that. I mean, shit. There was footage. I remember I was living in New York. It was like on the front of like the newspapers and shit. He helped an old lady across the street out of nowhere, and like he's just walking around doing like very Christ-like things.
Yeah, what was that meme? No, you're wonderful.
Yeah, perfect.
Which is great, So, yeah, man, good for him and everything. Shit, I even saw a video recently. He was leaving a hotel. He was with his new girlfriend, and you could say that they're pushing him into the cars, and one guy's like, "Can I get a quick photo?" And he's like, "Yeah, we'll do that." And he takes the photo, and then you see like they start to kind of crowd them because a lot of those people do that. They know where the celebrities are going to be, and they bring all their merchandise to get signed, and they try to.
Oh.
They do that shit everywhere. But one guy, he goes, "Can I get you to sign this?" He's like, "Not right now. I'm on my way. I got to go do something." He's like, "Oh, I respect that." And as the guy's walking away, he goes, "But you have my number, so just text me." He's like, "Yeah, I'll do that again. You're a great kid." And then, and he just like shook his hand and let him go in his car or whatever.
Oh, wow.
He was so familiar with like these people that do that stuff. He gave his number to the guy.
It's crazy, right?
That's insane.
Yeah.
Holy shit. But yeah, so amazing stuff out there. And so
isn't he also going with how do you say, not inexpensive vehicles, but with trains and buses?
Yep. Mass transit.
Oh, yeah.
Public transportation. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, he used to do that. Yeah, he was spotted on the subway in New York a couple of times when he was visiting and shit and doing stuff. But not recently. You can't. No one could freaking ride the subways now in New York.
Oh yeah, this is pre-Giuliani era. We're back to the Warriors.
Oh yeah. They said it's worse than the 70s right now.
Great movie, by the way, Warriors.
Totally intentional.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Dude, okay. Maybe we can do a duke out between the Warriors and the Wanderers. Have you guys ever seen that one?
No,
I don't think so.
No, I can only know.
So the Wanderers is not an action movie like the Warriors, but it has some of the most brutal fight scenes I've ever seen, and it's about an Italian gang in New York City in like the 60s or the 70s. And for the longest time, I always had those two mixed up. And I was like, yeah, I remember the part with the Ducky Boys. And they're like, that's not in the Warriors. And I was like, holy crap, you're right. So it would be awesome to have somebody watch both of those and do like a, like which one does which better.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I don't know. I love old 70s like gang movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you on there. There was some really cool stuff. But that's what I love what we do over on Trina's channel too. like, I want to start watching a couple of movies over on mine. We're gonna have to wait until after June because
yeah,
in the middle of some stuff. But after that, then yeah, I think maybe we'll do like Wise Guys. We'll do a couple of movies because there's a few I wanted to hit. A little bit different. On Trina, we do a lot of horror stuff, and
Oh, did you guys recently, Tina? Trina, you did Return of the Living Dead.
Yes.
Yes, Leanna Quigley. Woo!
Yeah. We went into that, and Draven, he had some excellent information.
Oh, the prosthetic.
That was so funny.
Oh yeah.
It was awesome. But yeah, if you want to see that, catch that after this for sure.
Hell yeah.
But before we end this, I want to hit like that last topic, which is the Spider-Man 2 game. Now, like this thing does look amazing, but we know what they're doing, and this breaks my heart. I mean, I eventually want to get this, but I'm gonna be waiting. I don't even have a PlayStation 5, so I mean, I can't even if I wanted to right now. But yeah, so let me show some of that because I gotta say the work that they put into this game is absolutely jaw-dropping. You gotta see they put the Venom suit in here.
Oh yeah.
We'll play a little bit of this, but
this is sighted in Queens, closing in now.
Yeah, just so that I can talk over little bits of it so that you don't get copyright struck. But one of my friends and former coworkers.
You should be good at it, but
yeah, I had a friend and former coworker design all of the Osborn quests from the first one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, dude, like it's awesome.
How great that looks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm seeing prototype.
Yeah, prototype. Yep.
Which was an amazing game if you've never played Prototype.
Yeah, I had the first one. I never cleared it though.
I had fun with that. Yeah.
One thing I also wanted to add about the what we saw on the Sony stuff.
Yeah.
So I can't call bullshit or shenanigans on this after playing the previous Spider-Man game. Like I have no desire to play the Miles Morales BLM crap, but the first game was a freaking masterpiece in my opinion. They did my family, Fisk Tower, loved it.
Yeah,
but like
that game was epic. That first
all of those other games though that we saw, there's a thing that the industry doesn't want to really let customers know about called the vertical slice, also known as the bullshot. They did this horribly at Ubisoft, where they put together these highly manufactured, completely artificial, like graphics look amazing and all this stuff, these little tightly scripted scenarios. And when I mean scripted, I don't just mean like coded. I mean like they actually have choreographed like camera. Okay, now move here and do this kind of stuff. We did that on Defiance. It was totally disingenuous and, in my opinion, misleading. But all of those showcase videos that I saw, that's all I got out of it was like you showed 3D CGI films and you showed whatever you showed of gameplay was all vertical slice and it wasn't indicative of the final product. You remember like that Watch Dogs comparison where they're like, this is the Watch Dogs demo we saw at E3. Here's what actually released. And it was such a major downgrade. That's because they showed a bull shot or a vertical slice. And in all actuality, I think that shit should be like, there should be, I don't know, maybe not a law, but like if you're going to do that, you have to label that this is a vertical slice. And not
it's false advertisement.
Yep. But I can't say that with the Spider-Man one. This is gorgeous. But after playing the first game, this looks legit. Like this looks like what you're going to see. But a lot of it, admittedly, was like a lot of QuickTime events anyways.
So. Yeah. Which again, man, it is beautiful. But the problem is they're forcing you to play as Miles as well. They take the option away. So we know what they're going to do. They're going to replace Peter with Miles, and they're going to have the third Spider-Man game is probably just going to be him. You could see it. You could see it. It's all over the place.
Yeah, they're setting it up, and then like the whole in between because he has the black suit and stuff.
Got to get rid of that white male
and
hero.
like this whole like making him look like he's like evil, like in certain aspects.
Well, I mean, technically, that is the stories in the comics. Every time Venom got on him, the alien symbiote got on him, he became evil. It was intensifying everything on him. So,
but he didn't have Miles correcting him.
Huh?
But in the comics, Miles wasn't there to correct him. You know what I mean? It was something Peter had to figure out on his own.
Yeah.
And, And they're not going to do that. It's going to be evil white man, stupid white man. Let super little black boy come in and correct you and show you how dumb you are.
Yeah. Well, again, I hope that's not the direction, but we're seeing it. We're seeing it kind of laid out.
Vinny, he's going to reject it anyway, because even though he has fans, he will never be Spider-Man in because Peter Parker is too popular, right?
Sure.
They're going to reject him if he's going to take over the mantle. I hate that word, by the way. But,
me too.
And they also gave him a stupid new power, like an energy sword or something.
Oh yeah. Well, he's already got electricity and he can go invisible. It's like, what spider does that?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm killing spiders all the time that have swords on them. I gotta get my shield out. I get my shield in order to go fight them.
We got something in the corner of the living room. Can you grab a newspaper? Oh no, grab a rubber glove. You need to insulate yourself because it's got electricity.
It's like the crab with the knife in its hand.
Yeah.
A crab battle.
Dude, insane. But I mean, they did make him very passive in here as well. I noticed, like Miles is almost like afraid of him. And it's good. He should be, because Peter is overpowered, and then with Venom, it's even bigger than that. This I don't like, that they turned Lizard into Killer Croc from Batman's universe. Basically, they turned him into a freaking crocodile. He's not a crocodile. He's a lizard.
Yeah.
Do it right. But the swing in this game is so much fun.
Yes.
This looks incredible. They really upped it even more.
Yeah.
God, I love that first game so much.
Yeah, man. This is really exciting. And even he did the flying squirrel thing in here too.
Yes.
They use the spider wings in it. Yeah. So there's more good than bad.
Yeah, but you are right. They're they do this deliberately, pushing Miles, on the players, because we've seen him in this animated movie, right? And the rumor is that he's gonna have a relationship, or maybe he has it already, with fake Gwen Stacy, Gwenpool.
Yeah, because that is the thing with that. I mean, they did it in the comic books. I understand. So if they're gonna do this in this game, take Peter out of off the board, then what's the only way they're gonna hook people back in? Oh well, Gwen's gonna be a playable character in the third game. You could see how they're gonna lay it out, because the big sell on this one is the whole Venom storyline, because this isn't your regular, what is it, the 616? I'm getting nerdy on you guys. The regular Marvel universe is the 616. That's not what this is. That's why they're able to play around a little bit, which I'll give them respect for some of that, because what they did with Dr. Octopus in the first game was amazing.
Yes, it was.
You're helping him out. It's just Dr. Octavius. He's down on his luck. Everything's kind of falling apart, and Peter is actually helping him build his new mechanics and get those octopus arms working.
Hell yeah!
Use it in the military, and they did some really cool stuff with that. And he was working for Osborn. The angle was fantastic that they took.
It was perfect.
Towards the end, it all kind of came at once. You could see Octavius getting more and more pissed off. Oh yeah, he's definitely gonna make him Doc Ock. But we were but probably not in this game. It might be the sequel. No, they did it in that game, and it was glorious how they did it.
Oh, it was such a tragedy, dude. It was. Okay, so one thing that we always strive for in video game design is to avoid something called the ludonarrative disconnect, which is where you have, ludology, your game, your game, what you're doing in the game, and then your narrative. And oftentimes, almost every game has a disconnect. I have to rescue the princess by solving this puzzles, or connecting these jewels. That doesn't make any sense. But in the Spider-Man game, they made Peter Parker faithful to the comic book Spider-Man, not the movie ones, where Peter Parker's a genius. He's actually a certified, like, super intelligent scientific guy. If he didn't have his spider powers, he could still have been a formidable, like, Tony Stark kind of character. And in the game, those puzzles you're talking about, the ones where he, like, solves the things, like, you're basically building this technology as the gameplay, and there's that beautiful, like, symbiosis of gameplay mixed with the story, and you feel so, like, connected to Octavius and his wife and stuff. That when that shit happens, it's a gut punch.
Oh yeah,
it's like, like you almost feel like I kind of agree with him. Like I understand why he's doing this. I feel the same way.
it was brilliant because like normally too, like in these games, if you get to play like I was saying the Batman game, if you got to play as Bruce Wayne, like this is gonna be boring. When you play as Peter, it's not boring because it's like you're using that part, you're using like the science part of it, and it was fun. It was good.
They even made Hammerhead interesting in the DLC.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, well, how about what is it? Negative Man? Like, how random was that?
Yeah.
I was like, that's your primary bad dude? Like, holy shit, this guy's awesome. Oh, and I felt
Silver
represented.
Sable was awesome too.
Yeah, except for I didn't like her redesign.
Yeah, Negative Man.
I'm sorry, Negative Man.
Yeah, well, that dude. Yeah, I was reading him in the comic books, like, and I wasn't. Like, some of it was kind of cool, and like, but like when I first saw him, like they're making him like one of the main.
Yeah, I was like, this is so dumb.
But you know what? And he wasn't.
No,
he wasn't. It ended up being Octavius, and then like what he did, and he busted out the other villains and stuff. Like he basically had Sinister Six in that game as well. Like holy crap, the stuff that they did. They brought it to life. You could tell that they cared about everything that has to do with Spider-Man. And again, he's one of my favorites. It's him and Batman. But yeah, Spidey coming from Queens, all that stuff. Like, yeah, that's who I gravitated towards. You know, for people who didn't know, I was supposed to draw him as well.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, they screwed me out of it 2 weeks before I signed the contract. So, but you know, one day I'd still have to get back and you know, in some form or another, be able to do at least one story of that character. But
not to be a downer, but like now we're looking at the rot. You know, like we just talked about the first Spider-Man game, and we were all, you know, reminiscing about the great points of it because it was absolutely phenomenal. I give it a 10 out of 10. But then they started adding in the Miles Morales stuff, and it was okay. Like honestly, I did not mind the Miles Morales, and to a lesser, like I kind of was a little bothered, but not as much by playing the Mary Jane levels. Like those were totally fine. Those were nice little breakups in your gameplay, so you have your peaks and troughs. But like when they started throwing in that shit where like PC modders were like trying to mod out the freaking Rainbow Reich flags to put in American flags, and like they were getting attacked by developers that were shutting that shit down. And then they had the big Black Lives Matter poster that like when you complete a mission, the camera perfectly pans without your control over Miles Morales standing there with a BLM poster behind him. Shit.
That's Miles. That's in his game.
That's in the Miles game. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's gay pride flags and everything in that game, and you can't do shit about it.
Yeah.
So
wow.
That's what makes me look at this and go, oh, so they're getting rid of Spider-Man. They're getting rid of what made this series amazing. That first game, Peter Parker, and they're going to put in Miles with all the Black Lives Matter shit and all the Rainbow Reich crap. And it's like, you just killed your franchise. Like, it's like, why don't you just like stop at one, you know, stop at the Matrix 1, stop at Spider-Man 1.
Yeah.
Because this is just demoralizing people.
Yeah, it's a colossal mistake if that's really the route they're going. Again, we're speculating, but we're kind of
Yes,
we have a crystal. We basically do have a crystal ball. We're hoping that it's smudged right now, and they can fix. Okay, here's the thing:
the black pill.
You know who's playing Venom in here, right? Tony Todd.
Oh,
he's the voice of Venom in this. So it's like, oh. You got such a great actor doing this. I mean, Candyman and make it good. Don't
OG Candyman.
Yeah,
the good Candyman.
Yep. We'll play a little bit more because I probably have to clip out the whole end.
Oh,
I don't know.
You should be fine. I didn't get hit, but so
they put so much into this too. Like,
oh yeah,
we were watching this for a good 15 minutes.
Yeah, well, I skipped a little bit, but yeah, I mean, oh my god, the stuff they have in here. The Kraven the Hunter shit in the beginning.
The only part you would have issues with is if there was like copyrighted music like playing through it.
Yeah.
Well, I put it a little bit lower, and we're talking over it, so hopefully.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like,
that's why my mouth is bigger than usual.
Look how he's moving, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's dropping stuff,
right?
And again, in here, like the end of the last game, for people who weren't aware of it, they didn't make it Eddie Brock. It's actually Harry Osborn that gets poisoned. Like there's like a lab incident, and he basically has the Venom suit that's on him. So apparently Peter's trying to save him, and it looks like the Venom suit jumps on top of him, and they're trying to catch the Lizard in this whole sequence because apparently Dr. Connors has something that could help save Harry's life. So that's kind of like this chunk that they're showing us with this.
So they're already retconning it?
Well, again, it's not the 616.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, they established that in the first game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I was totally fine with that. I didn't mind the deviations they had in it.
Yeah. I mean, it was close enough where it's going to be like, old school people are going to dig it. New people are going to enjoy it. They could play with the visuals a little bit and some of the designs, which again, it all works. It was all cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't praise Spider-Man, that first one, enough.
Yeah,
although
I'm gonna have
Breath
to
of the
play
Wild's still my
Miles
number
sadly,
one.
because it seems like you're gonna have to play that to sort of know what's going on here.
Oh well, this is the passing of the torch. This is the mantle, like what Tina was saying.
Yeah.
I mean, look, this thing's playing like a movie, not a game.
Or I'm sorry, not Tina.
It's very.
There were scenes like this in the other one too.
Yeah.
Very Nathan Drake.
Yeah. These are all QuickTime events.
Yep.
That's why they can get away with amazing graphics like this, because that entire scene is baked in lighting. It's a movie. You're basically playing a marginally interactive CG film right there.
But you know what's most impressive to me is that they recreated New York.
Yeah.
The way that they did is it's epic.
Dude, Fisk Tower? It's literally where Trump Tower was.
Oh yeah, dude. It's awesome. Well, you just saw that Astoria Pier. I mean, like the sign that was crashing down in front of them. There's so much cool shit that they're doing in here.
That was Astoria Pier.
He got away from us.
Suit looks really cool.
Yeah,
it does.
Yeah.
No, that's a McFarlane creation, the black suit.
Yeah, he co-created the original one. The original Spider-Man suit was in Secret Wars, and that was a different team. But Venom was created by McFarlane. So like the actual thing with the mouth, the bigger hulking body, all that shit, because it was going to be more of like a regular sized man, but. Todd was like, no, it should be a bodybuilder. He threw in his 2 cents. But it was the guy's last name was Michelini. He's the one he's the writer, and he came up with the whole thing. And Todd was he's just the artist he happened to have been working with. If someone else would say Jim Lee or Eric Larson or Mark Silvestri was working on Spider-Man, it would have been them that were co-creators of Venom. So he didn't have that much input. The input he had was maybe 30%. Something like that, 20 to 30%, somewhere around there. But it's the actual Spider-Man that was Secret Wars. So I don't know the creative team on that. But what I was saying though, like in that whole beginning, like this stuff in Queens, like him coming out of like the cellar and everything, like this is so like this takes me back to New York in the 80s right here, like. There's parts of New York that still look like this, The house I grew up in, it had, the cellar doors just like that, But even like that lighting, like the way that the sun's coming down and how it hits the building, everything was so accurate, and that's the thing that like I'm really impressed with how they just brought it all to life. Because New York is a character, itself.
I could be reaching, but I think if I saw that correctly with the Spider-Man costume, I remember when Flash Thompson was also, the Venom.
Yeah, Agent Venom.
Yeah, Agent Venom, and he made some kind of armor of the costume.
Yep.
It seems that Spider-Man here has also these shoulder pads with those, rough textures on it. Flash Thompson has that also in the comics. So maybe a blend here and there. Maybe I'm reaching, but that's
no. I think your balls on accurate with that. That's definitely what they did. So it's cool because they give you a nod to all this. So I'm curious to see what like when it's on Harry, like how much they're going to deviate, or is he going to be able to do different stuff? Because in the comics, and a lot of people seem to forget that too, like Venom was able to actually change and make clothes, and it wasn't just like Eddie was basically it was the alien was on top of a human, and then everything else he could just create.
I got a crystal ball moment, dude. After you were talking about Harry, I hope I'm wrong, and please like timestamp this and be like, Chris, you're freaking wrong, because I don't mind. I think that in this game, after the symbiote is removed and put on Harry, and you team up with Miles Morales to fight, the Venom essentially. Yeah, I think Peter's gonna die.
Yeah, we were talking about it before.
No, I mean, they're not gonna like pussyfoot around it. They're literally going to. It's not going to be like a pass the mantle. It's going to be like the last 30 minutes to hour of the game. Goodbye, Peter. He's out of the picture. And it's now you're playing as Miles, and that's it. There's no.
If they do that, they're going to get backlash worse than Last of Us 2.
And then they'll introduce Spider-Gwen, who was a costume before she was a character.
Yeah, basically. Well, let's hope they don't go that route. We know that the pieces are there for them to definitely do it. And
I would actually like to see Harry be Hobgoblin in this.
Yeah,
that would be
and then Eddie Brock obviously would become Venom. But,
that would be a nice little.
If you want to do it in that way to make it closer to the comics and shit, you could have like it's like this thing did get on Harry first. You could definitely do that because the whole thing is. Venom doesn't become the way he is until he goes on to Peter, because he loves. It's like it basically it feeds off. For people who don't know, the symbiote feeds off the adrenaline, and the adrenaline gland and all that crap. So that's why it loved.
Oh boy!
That's why it loved Peter so much, because he was able to do different things regular people couldn't do. And then like that's where the whole spider motif came from. That's why he never got the chance to do that in the movies yet. The Tom Hardy ones, because it never went on Peter. So that's why he never got the spider on his chest, or because everyone was still like, why didn't they do that? Because they never put it on him yet. But once he does, he keeps it like that because Venom just he loves it, and he almost feels like he's a superhero himself, because they had that whole storyline, the Lethal Protector. That's what that was.
Yeah, well, he felt betrayed.
Oh,
like
yeah. Well, that's
he
where
was
the
kind of
hatred
like
comes from. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like we were bros, buddy.
Yeah, like how dare you? But here, I mean, and that's the thing they did in the comics. They were making the symbiote was feeding so much off of Eddie, because Eddie's hatred for Peter, like that's why they bonded so well. And it stayed on him mostly. When it came off of him, basically it drained him so much. They gave Eddie cancer. Like it was like depleting him so much. And then they did another storyline where it turned in like he had this anti-venom thing that ended up happening, but that was a little bit later on.
He turned white or whatever.
The white venom.
The inverted.
Exactly.
The black and the white. Which it wasn't bad. Like they had some cool stories with that.
And the problem is there's too many Venoms or Venom types.
Carnage and
exactly.
I agree.
And I don't know. And I never saw Venom as a hero, more like a Punisher type, like an anti-hero.
Oh no, he was always a villain, but like they had the one storyline where they did that, where he thought of himself as a hero. And
exactly, and I like
that. What was he doing? He was still doing evil shit, though. I mean, he still
no, they pussified him in my opinion. They made him, a hero. It's just
declawed him.
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, there's with a lot of super villains gone, turning into heroes. They did it with the Absorbing Man and Titania. Is it Titania? Yeah, Titania as well. They're working with the Hulk at a later point, Gamma Force or something like that. I don't know. They need to stop
Yeah,
with this.
yeah. I bowed out on so much shit. Like,
yeah,
because I know, like you said, they had this whole stupid Venom verse thing that they like.
Yeah.
I don't know any of that.
yeah,
shit.
they went too far with that.
Yeah, to me, the biggest one, like the biggest stretch to me, was Carnage itself. Like, it was kind of made sense for what they did in that original story.
Yeah,
because like I have his first appearances. I was collecting back then, and the Carnage thing, it made sense for what it was, and like something that was even more dangerous and worse. But just to have the two was fine. To do this whole universe of them and all this crazy shit, and they had some kind of weird spider god. Like I didn't follow.
Yeah, the spider. What was that, dude?
They're ridiculous,
Come on.
man.
What was it, like Spider Woman, or was it Spider Madam or Lady
Madam Web?
Madam Web. Yeah, what the hell?
The stupidest thing. That's the one thing. Like I bowed out in the comics when I started reading some books where she was in it. I'm like, I don't. This is so retarded. Like,
yeah, it's a radioactive spider that bit the dude. Like that's all you need. Like
yeah. Stop getting into weird shit. You know, it just doesn't make sense. He's a street level character like that who's super genius. Make sure you stay in that realm. You know, it's you want to use them in some storylines where they did that, like Secret Wars. Like I'm cool with that. You know, there's a lot of cool shit that came out of it. Great. But yeah, don't make it an everyday occurrence in this other shit where it's otherworldly stuff.
Yeah, this Madam Web, like the web verse or what? Like what the hell, guys?
And that ridiculous Silk character that she was when Peter
the
got
Asian spider
bit,
one?
she was bit, and then she was locked away for years. Like what the hell?
Wait, Vinny! Don't forget the new Spider Boy. You know, the long lost sidekick of Spider-Man. They're gonna introduce now.
I know nothing about that.
Ah, Jesus Christ. Okay, well, I'm leaving to you and the internet to find that out.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's a new character recently introduced. It seems that Spider-Man had a sidekick for years, but just like the Sentry, it was disappeared and no one remembers all that bullshit.
Spider-Ham? Peter Porker?
Yeah, Spider-Ham.
Well, he has a new sidekick. It's called Miles. But anyway, we'll see what happens with all this stuff. But here's the thing too. That same company, Insomniac Games, they've been working on a Wolverine game.
Yes.
And
that
I am so curious to see where it's at, how far they're going to go with it, because everything about Wolverine is over the top violent.
Yeah.
So you cannot pussyfoot that character. If he's going to be, taking people out, I mean, that game's going to be a bloodbath. It's going to have to be like Mortal Kombat level.
Oh yeah.
If you don't do that,
Well, did you see the trailer when he's in the bar?
Yeah.
One thing that I noted, like I didn't realize it on first, but I was reading some comments and they were like, "Do you notice how Wolverine had bloody knuckles in that?" And it's like that would never happen because Wolverine doesn't bleed like that. He would auto heal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's not his blood.
Exactly. Yeah. Dude, I'll tell you one thing though. If you guys do want to play a good one, the Wolverine Origins game was actually a lot of fun.
Yes.
I was impressed with that. And
I played the demo of that and I liked it. I just never got around to playing the legit.
It would be worth it. I mean, if you still have one of the older systems that it was on, because just for this segment alone, you get to take out a Sentinel by yourself.
Nice.
That was incredible, dude. You like he takes off like a rocket, and you're climbing up him, and you got to take him apart in the air. Holy shit!
Hell yeah!
Yeah, dude, that was a lot of fun. And Hugh Jackman, I believe he did do the voice to it, since it was all based with his stuff.
Perfectly missed opportunity for an Australian sounding Pride of the X-Men style Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
But on that note, though, we do got to wrap it up. Yeah, we're doing 20 minutes over, and what we normally do. So we're gonna go around the horn real quick. We'll do ladies first. So no, I'm kidding. Trina, let the good folks know where they can find you. I'm only breaking your balls, Dragon. But yeah, no, Trina, yeah, let everyone know where they can find you and what else is happening.
Yeah, you can find my YouTube channel at Real Horror, REEL, and this coming Wednesday we'll be comparing the Crazies 1973 to the Crazies 2009. So that should be fun. And otherwise you catch me on Vinny or Tommy's streams. And hope you guys all have a good Memorial Day weekend. And it was great to be here with you guys.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm looking forward to that. The remake of The Crazies is a movie I love so much. I had never seen the original, but I did start watching part of that. So like this weekend I'm gonna get through it. But it's looking pretty good too from what I've seen so far.
Awesome.
So hell yeah. That's going to be a blast. Thank you so much, Trina. You are fantastic.
Thank you.
Tina Bojan, let everyone know where they can find you.
All right. Well, when I'm not hanging with these great guys on Vinny's channel, you can find me Wednesday nights on Sporking News Podcast channel for the Wednesday Mad Stump, because the best Scott stream is the stream without Scott. And and on Saturday nights, you can find me on Rogue Entertainment with author Stephen Walton and the rest of that gang. So, and we are soon, rumor has it, maybe even this Monday, are going to go back to the Stream by the Crossroads, which is Sporky News Podcasts, everything about A Song of Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones, that kind of fun stuff. So
Godspeed,
check me
Spider-Man.
out there. Yes. And now rest, everybody. Have a fantastic weekend, and just chill.
Tell Scotty the last 2 books will never come out.
Yeah, good luck with those.
I think we'll get Winds of Winter. I don't know if we'll get the Dream of Spring.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because I listened to the last one on audio as well. I was like, that was what, 8 years ago? 9 years ago?
Jon Snow has been bleeding in the snow for 12 years now.
Yeah.
Winter came and left already. I don't know what's going on there.
That's a long winter.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right?
Nice pun there, Draven.
Yeah, you like that?
All right. The Doc, Dega. Let the fine people know where they can find you. What else is shaking?
Just my channel at Barnes & Noble and Amazon. You guys know the drill. You want something good to read? I got it for you. Sci-fi, fantasy. Things are going good. I'm getting ready to prep 2 more to hit the shelves, hopefully within 6 months. I got a few things to do with them, but it's all good. Glad to be here as always. Thank you for the invites and friendship. Every one of you.
Oh, for sure. Man. Again, we got the best people here. We got a family. Everyone is family. Yeah. We're going to go to space together. It's going to be a blast. Right, Dre?
Yeah.
Drop a rocket on the car.
Yeah.
Before we get into space over there, well, we'll leave Draven for last because it's going to lead right into his stream, which is going to be awesome.
Yes.
We're going to jump over to Chris Fisk. Brother, the legend, Chris Fisk here. He's one of the top villains in Spider-Man's world.
Spider-Man. No, dude. So one thing I want to share is, dude, I'm super grateful. The guys over on the YouTube channel, A Drink with Crazy, part of the Iron Age media crew. Mm-hmm. Dude, they gave me a shout out the other night. I think it was last night. Wow, dude, that was a huge ego stroke, man. They were featuring, Aaron, my friend over at Immortal Rising Comic, had posted on their Twitter like, hey, maybe you guys should check out Infinitale Chronicles. So, and that showed them that awesome piece that was created by I want to say it was let's see, Kev Hulk did the art, and I don't want to butcher the hold on, I just want to get his name and the figures. It's like buried in here somewhere. Where the hell is it? And Steve Cannon Art did the coloring for it. That awesome brand new piece that we got there, where it shows Queen Ashlyn there with all the shit going on behind her with the fire and stuff.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
Yeah, the Drink with Crazy guys were like, oh, hey, let's look at this. Let's follow the link. And they had this big shout out. They're like, dude, this guy's doing variant books. What the hell?
I told you, man. No one's ever seen stuff like that.
Yeah, dude, I was so super stoked to hear people because this is my first, other than my friends telling them, hey, these are people that, they don't know me from, Paul or whatever, but they're like, dude, this is awesome. This is sick. Like, and then they were comparing the two. They're like, okay, I like Team B's baby, but I really like Team A's paneling and like all this stuff. And it was really cool listening to,
That's awesome.
people like analyze that and stuff. So I'm super grateful to the guys at Drink with Crazy here on YouTube, Iron Age. And I'm also, again, super grateful for Aaron over at Immortal Rising Comics for giving me that shout out to get on that thing. And again, like nothing was prompted. I didn't like, hey, can you please? You know, it was like literally like I had John A. Douglas, another really awesome YouTuber, like messaged me. He's like, dude, I was just watching the stream and they just called your shit out. I'm like, wait, what? So he sends me a link and he's like, at this point, watch it. And I was like, oh, damn.
Nice. Dude, that is awesome. Congrats on that.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, it really, you know, in this, the time where I can't actually show off what I'm doing, it is a really nice morale boost to get that, like, holy shit, people are actually liking this.
I hear you, right? Doesn't that suck when you got so much cool shit that you want to show, but you can't show?
Yeah, exactly. I know, like, that's got to be doubly torturous for you because you're literally working on it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm contracting out people, so for me, like, the story had been written 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's more of just like waiting for artists to come in. But if I was actually drawing that, I'd be like, son of a bitch, hands, draw faster.
God, I know, man. I got so much shit on my shoulders right now. But dude, yeah, I can't wait because after June I could hunker down in a good way, and I'm gonna start cranking out these pages for this book because the stuff I do have, like I do have a good chunk of it is finished, but again, since I'm doing everything, writing it, drawing it, inking it, coloring it, it's there's a particular page I'm gonna have to show the doc at some point. I'll give him a sneak peek, but I know Chris has seen a couple of them. Dude, I'm telling you, there's some big surprises coming up. So definitely, but Chris, you are awesome.
Thanks for having me, man.
Looking forward to it. Hey, that's why we push your stuff all the time. Same thing with the Dago. We're pushing these projects because they are freaking amazing. You know, when I didn't know Chris from a hole in the wall, other than every now and then he'd pop up in the chat, but he wasn't even Chris Fist in the chat. He had his old gamer handle, and I'm like, I don't know who this guy was, but he seemed pretty nice. You know, and then we were on a stream together, and I'm like, dude, that's pretty awesome. That project looks great. Had him on. As soon as I read his stuff, I was hooked. I'm like, yeah, I want more of this book. Incredible. And then we became good friends because he's truly a genuine person through and through. Someone he'll give you a shirt right off of his back.
That's
you know,
and take a double extra large.
Chris is one of those people. He will literally pass out in front of you working on a 3D printed piece. I'm sure that he will do it. The guy's amazing. Give him all the credit in the world for the amazing stuff he's doing.
Hell yeah!
Thanks, Tom.
And we got the pig right there. He'll give you the fur right off of his back.
Yeah.
He'll stomp a hole in your chest as well if you're a piece of garbage. And, that's what I love about him. You couldn't be more genuine. You couldn't be more genuine than Tommy. Yeah, man. That's how we roll here. We're about to jump over to Marinus, man, and dude, you'll let us know what else is going on, and we're sending nothing but prayers your way, brother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, you can find me on Darksiders Comics, but at the Marinus, it's my Twitter handle. I was writing, but it's now standing still because of all the situation. My mind is now completely elsewhere, so I need to focus on that. But on the positive side, I'm still doing, for me anyway, I'm still doing videos. I have a YouTube channel called Darksiders Comics, as you can see on my handle here. I'm doing daily videos, and sometimes I do 2 videos a day, sometimes 3. It depends on my mood. I do unboxing videos. Like I said, I'm doing daily stuff, and I have a wide range of comics. I don't buy new comics anymore, and with new, I mean from Marvel and DC, because they suck, in my opinion. But occasionally I do, Dark Horse, AW Upshot, Image, a lot of 90s stuff. So check out my channel, and there's a I'm sure there's something there what you like, and maybe consider subscribing and all that jazz. Could be fun.
Absolutely,
check it out.
Jump on there. Check out.
Yeah, stop by for the nostalgia. Stay for the awesome talk.
Right, man. Marinus, he's a great dude. We had a lot of fun over on Red Streams as well. Man, dude, you are fantastic. Your project's amazing as well. Again, you get healthy. Everyone, send those good thoughts his way. Because I'm looking forward to the next project that you're going to release as well. Because I've seen some artwork you've shown on other streams. Man, you got it. You got great vision. So hell yeah, brother. Man, and try to get some rest tonight too if you could. Yeah,
I'm just when we close the stream, I'm just going off bed because it's I'm tired and all that stuff. But I'm happy to be here because it's been a while and I want to show my face and talk to you guys. I miss you all. I think you are great friends, and
absolutely, brother. That's why I saw you. I saw you. I wanted to drop it right away because, Marinus, you're some of the best people that I know out there. You're definitely up there, man.
Yeah,
hell yeah, brother.
Appreciate it,
man. Likewise.
He needs the rest of those Omega Beam knives.
Right? He's zapping them all. And of course, we got our resident vampire. Here's another legend right here. Dude, we had so much fun watching these wrestling things over in your channel. We started some Mario Kart with him as well. Dude, we're having a blast. But, tell us what's happening tonight and this weekend.
Yeah, so tonight we're going to watch ROH after the stream here at 7 o'clock. And then I was going to do it yesterday. I just decided not to. And I played Jedi Survivor for like 14 hours on stream. Doing marathons. I did. It's just so good. And then Saturday we'll watch the start of Clash of Champions. We'll watch some of that over on WWE, and we'll fast forward through it or whatever. And then we'll that'll lead right into Rampage for us. And then Sunday we'll be watching Double or Nothing, which will be the culmination of the last couple months of AEW TV. And it should be a good time. And thanks for having me. Always a pleasure.
Dude, hell yeah, man. All right. Looking forward to tonight. So remember, everyone jump over there. What was the exact time again tonight?
7.
7. Mm-hmm. All right, shit. All right, I'm gonna have to wolf down my food and.
I've been eating while we've been doing this. So
I'm gonna be a little bit late, I think, on the stream. But and of course, Tommy. Anything else you'd love to say, bro?
I hate eBay.
Me too, bro. Me too. Jesus. But man, I know you've been going through some shit with them. But everyone, please have a fantastic night and an amazing weekend. Stay safe. Be good. Be kind to one another. Kick ass what you create. And since we're gonna do wrestling, where's old Flair? Where's my woo man? We'll go out on him. Here we go. Here's some Flair. Everyone have an awesome night.
I want to see it. Let's see what you got. MSN riding, jet flying, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, son of a gun that could kiss any woman right here, even that fat one, and make her cry. Brother, watch this, girls. Woo! Woo! Hey! Woo! Woo!